What's up, my sugar woogers and my beautiful butterflies? How y'all doing this morning? Yes, Ms.V is here. She running a little late, but I told y'all I had a busy schedule during the month of May. So let me give y'all a few minutes to come on in, and then we're going to discuss this. I think it's about time. I've watched the plays out here for a long time, never said anything, but it's time. Uh-huh. Some things out here on YouTube, it's just out of control. That for one. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, Miss Myra, how you doing, Nisi Poo? Come on in the building. Y'all coming in very slowly. That's okay. I've been slow, so I'm going to wait on y'all. Y'all waited on me. Hey, Janice Middleton. Good morning. Good morning. Jam said, Ms. V, I'm up in here, and I got you some hearts and some roses. Hi, Victoria Jones. Good morning to you. How are you doing? I hope everybody's well this morning. Ring the doorbell as you come in, which is my like button. I please and thank you. Hey, Heather, how you? Oh, well, she got me a whole bunch of roses. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. Y'all know I'm very appreciative for everything, the smallest things. Hi, Miss Ida Moore. How are you this morning? Thank you for the hearts and the roses. I'm going to speak to y'all and let a few more people get on up in here. Y'all coming in. Hey, Shay, how you doing? Good morning to you. And good morning to you also, Leslie. You ready for a laugh this morning? You just might get one with this subject here. Yeah, you might get a whole lot because it's really laughable, y'all. It really is. Okay. Y'all know I always have questions. So yes, I got questions as to why. Lae Lie, why? That's what I can't figure out some people why they do and say the things they're doing. And I know she in the bushes because she stay in the bushes on everybody's page. I don't care if she watching or she not watching. She's a bush watcher for everybody. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey Kelly, how you doing? Good morning to you. Thank you for the hearts and roses. Lily, thank you also. Kissy, good morning. Hearts and roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Hey, Miss Elaine, thank you for the roses. Y'all are always so sweet to Miss V early in the morning. Ms. V was a little late because she was taking care of some business on the phone this morning. And I kept trying to get this person off the phone and they just kept on. Well, can I do this? We can give you this. No, you can't give me nothing but let me off the phone. I told you no. How many times do I have to tell you no? My no means no. Okay? Hey, Stacy, how you doing this morning? I appreciate the roses and the hearts. Okay, we're gonna get started here. Savy is in the building this morning. Yes, indeed. Y'all bring the likes up. It's 56 in the building. It's 25 likes. Miss Barksdale, good morning to you. Okay, I hope everything is sunshine and bright where you are. Another miserable looking day in Houston. Oh yeah, let's talk about this while people are coming in. So people have been complimenting me on this picture in the background, which I told y'all this picture is from the 70s. Well, last night when somebody said it was a beautiful background, and I told them, that was Houston, and it made me stop and look at the picture because I've had the picture since I moved here. I moved here in 78, so I probably got that picture around 79 or 80, somewhere like that. So this is not the skyline of Houston anymore. It does not look, there's no gaps in buildings. Like, let me kind of turn it around. Yeah, you see the gaps in the buildings right here and right here, here. If you come to Houston today, the Houston skyline is filled up and there are buildings much taller than the buildings that we have here. I kind of figured out the freeways because this one building, okay, I got to turn it again. Can't see it, my camera won't go. But anyway, it's like Allen Parkway is off this parking garage. So that's the one building I recognize. Oops, last night, and so I figured out the freeways. But I also saw something in this picture that I had never seen before. And I always tell y'all, look at the big picture. So I stopped and took my own advice and looked at the big picture last night. And this picture was actually taken in the 70s, because I don't know if you can see right here is a man with a camera. If you look at how the man is dressed, it's definitely the 70s, because this man has on bell bottom pants. And that is truly the 70s, okay? And I had never seen that man before until I actually stopped and looked at the big picture last night. My camera does not want to stay up this morning, but I think I'm gonna make it. Okay, so I read the little caption down at the bottom to see if I could see a date, but there's no date on it. It just says the skyline of Houston at night. But I definitely know it was taken in the 70s. I bought the picture late 70s, early 80s. And if you haven't ever visited Houston, don't expect for it to look like that. Much, much bigger. When I moved here, it was not the Houston I live in today. I mean, it's very overpopulated, very crowded, much more to see and do, many, many more freeways. We have an outer loop now. On this picture, we only had 610, which was the newest freeway back then. And I also see 45 and 59. But there's no outer loop, no I-10, no Beltway 8. None of that was here. This all came up since the 70s. So I just wanted to stop and put a little emphasis on this picture. Also, if you notice, all of the very tall buildings have landing strips on the top of them. The little red dots are like landing pads for helicopters or small planes. And each building that's, I guess it has to be above a certain height, has to have a helipad or something on the top of it. Because how are you going to get out of there? That building is too tall. If it ever caught a fire, you got to have a way out of there. So, because the elevator is going to stop. And that's what I never liked about ever working in those real tall buildings like that, the high rises. There's too many people, and we all saw what happened on 9/11. Okay, so I've never worked at downtown Houston, and I never wanted to, because I could not see my way out of there if anything happened. So I don't put myself in those positions. And we all know about the Enron scandal, which was, downtown, and how people were millionaires when they went to bed and they woke up broke because they had scammed them off. It really was the CEOs of the company, the head brass, that took everybody's money. So I'm going to go back up and speak to those who I haven't spoken to, and then we're going to get into our commentary this morning. I stopped with Miss Janice Milton. Good morning to you. Hey, Myra is saying, Lae Lie, fake booty need to go somewhere and lay it down. I agree, Myra. I really do. Miss Jackie Johnson is in the building this morning. Hi, Miss Ida Moore. Janice says, exactly, Myra. Savvy J. When I saw the green building, I thought it was Dallas. No, that's Houston. They may have some similar buildings being both built in the South. Most of your big commercial builders are going to build from city to city. So, you may have some buildings that look kind of alike. But that's Houston from the 70s. I would have to get you another picture to put up there on the side of this one to show you, or you'd have to come and visit Houston to see Houston now versus then. Because I'm telling you, the freeways will trip you out if nothing else. If you've never driven on 59, I don't suggest it. Bumper to bumper, back to back, and everybody's flying 80, 90 miles an hour, whatever they can get away with. And it's always been like that. Even with them adding all of the new roads and freeways and the feeder roads that go into the freeway, the traffic is horrible. You can go into Houston at the wrong time of day. If you don't live here and you don't know the rush hours, you will be pissy mad because you're going to sit in traffic. Better have a full tank of gas, have your little snack in the car, have you some water in the car, because you could possibly sit in traffic 2 hours. And that's for real, or longer. If you get out there in that traffic, well, it's going to start right before 4 o'clock. And it's not going to end until about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night on some freeways. People trying to get home from work. And it's probably best if you get on the outer loop or the inner loop if it'll take you home, because the traffic is not going to be so backed up, and the loops will take you around the city faster than trying to go your normal way home. Um, Linda says she smashed that like button. Hey, Lisa here, how you doing? Good morning, Pinky. How are you? Thank you for the roses, hearts, and the crowns. Good morning, Kimberly Earls. Doki is in the building. Elaine, my daughter worked downtown Houston for Chevron Oil. Okay, so you know I know what I'm talking about. That's why you got them laughing emojis. Yes, indeed. You know, downtown employees make very good money, but they got to tolerate and put up with some stuff to get to them jobs. Yes, indeed. And especially if you have small children, you got to get your children to the daycare and all of that. It's just a busy little place. I take that back. It's a busy, big place. Okay. Yes. Hey, Valerie Dean, how you doing? Good morning to you. Thank you. Vaughn 75. Catherine lives in peace, not pieces. Good morning to all of you. Hey, Miss Susie, how you doing? Happy Wednesday. Yes, it's hump day. Not a pretty hump day here in Houston. I don't know about this weather. I've been here, like I say, off and on since November of 78. I've never seen the weather like this before, but that's biblical. You won't know one season from the other, and we don't. Nope. It's too hot too fast already, which means we're going to have a grueling summer. It's going to be up in the hundreds. It's going to hit 100. We already in the 80s, and the temperature is getting hotter every day. And then the humidity is going to be horrible. You're going to sweat yourself to death because we're surrounded by so much water. And the Gulf of Mexico is not very far. So yep, just get prepared for $200-300 light bills, depending on the size of your house and how much you burn electricity in your home. It's coming. Right now, I'm just like, yes, I paid a $47 electric bill the other day, and I'm like, yes. But 2 months ago, I was paying $200 2 months ago. But that's when my niece was in here, and baby, my electricity was off the chain. And I'm back down to where I'm supposed to be now at this time of year, because it's going to graduate right on up to 100, 150, somewhere like that. Somebody's message has been reviewed, and it's being reviewed by YouTube. I told y'all I had that set up. So why? I don't understand trolls. Why do you think you can come into somebody else's channel and tell them anything? Who are you? Why don't you get you a page, a channel, so you can say what you want to say instead of trying to tell other people what to say on their platforms or what you don't agree with on their platforms? If this ain't the platform to you, keep it moving. Let's get in our commentary, y'all. So we're going to talk about the drama queen today. I don't know no other title to give her. And basically, you can blame Coco for this, Lae Lie, because I've never, ever said anything to you or about you. But we're going back down memory lane today. From the day you hit the scene out here on YouTube. And it has not been a good look for you. People follow anybody. They don't look at what is being said, what is being done. Oh, she cute in your eyes. Everybody is beautiful if you think they are. But like I said, I don't look at the outer appearance. I look at the inner appearance of people. We didn't make ourselves. So I'm sure if we all had made ourselves, we really would be beautiful, and amazing. Okay, but we didn't. So we had parents and we came from them and our forefathers. That's the DNA that we have inside of us. So we look how we look because of that. And I don't think people have stopped to realize that. You're beautiful to me if you have a beautiful heart. You're beautiful to me if you can come out in public without all the added necessities, all the hair, all the lashes, all the makeup, all the lipstick, all the eyebrows. You're beautiful. Okay? We can see your real beauty if you can do that. But I can't look through a filter at you and all of the makeup piled on and all of the extra hair added on and see who you really are, how beautiful you really are. Natural. You want to go natural hair, but not natural. Now, we all want to enhance our looks from time to time, depending on where we're going and what we're doing. We're going to work every day. Yeah, we want to look our best. But if you just coming out here like me in my house robe this morning and sitting down talking to you, why do I need makeup on if I ain't going nowhere? I'm not going anywhere until this afternoon. So I'm supposed to get up and come out here and make myself beautiful when you already know how I look. That's the difference. So when Miss Lae Lie, she got that name because she doesn't tell the truth. And we caught her in so many lies. So she's coined her own name herself, Lae Lie. Now, when she came on the scene, she came on the scene at Gator's brother's house, okay? The first house that they were living in. And she drove up in a BMW, very impressionable, but it wasn't hers. The first thing I saw is she said she was a nurse. She said that. And then I saw her smoking marijuana in the car with Gator on the first time we met her. I said, that's different. You're coming out on social media for the first time, and this is the impression that you want to give people. Not good, not professional at all. And I've said it many times before. It's no way I want her being my nurse. Nope, I just don't. She doesn't show enough professionalism to me. And coming out here screaming and hollering and all over the place and this narcissistic behavior and just her background has too much in it. And the things she say a lot of times just don't make sense and they don't add up. All I can say is his life turned around the day they made the business transaction. He was on the road to probably being great after serving half of his life in prison. But you got to watch who you let in your life and who you follow. This ain't the first time I told y'all that. Good morning, Miss Cynthia. Pinky say getting high with that Buster Gator, the hater. That's a good way of putting it. Jam, you remember the first date? A lot of you that are in my chat remember what I'm getting ready to talk about. Hey, Bad and Bougie. So that was my first impression of her. And first impressions can be everlasting. You're a nurse. You driving up in a BMW. Oh, nice car. But you're smoking marijuana in this car. To find out that this car was not even her car. All right? Because we see what she has and what she's driving and what she's been driving since that day. The old Toyota, okay? So So where we go from there, if I'm not incorrect about this, we go to dinner, we go to exercising, we go to a Halloween haunted house, and she's got this image rolling, that she's the beauty queen, probably of his life. Um, she's the professional, probably for him. And she's going to turn his platform around. His platform didn't need to be turned around. If you got 40,000 people in a few months following you, then why do you need your platform to go in a different direction? That was crazy to me. Then she comes in and she starts to, hold on, y'all, my nose is itching like crazy. Oh, just one side of the nostril. I'm sorry. Ugh. But anyway, she goes, where was I? She goes on his platform and she really tears his platform apart. She did it. Okay. Remember the fight. Remember Randy. And we are all sitting there looking like, oh my God. We're trying to get him on the right track. People were sending him, he wanted caps. People were sending him caps from different cities and stuff. He had them all plastered across the wall. Somebody even sent him a cap rack to put the caps on. People sent him a Bible so he could get back into the Bible and try to, head his life in the right direction. He was coming out here. He was doing morning devotion and stuff like that. And, it was really a good thing, the direction he was headed. He had come on, he had told his story, and it was like, okay, what we don't want you to do is talk about these children, and we don't want you to continue the story on Treese because you've told the story now. So he was kind of getting into that mode because the money was starting to come in fast for him. When you got that many people viewing you and you got that many subscribers, he hit it, bam, right off the bat. And once that money started coming in and he saw where the money was gonna come from, it was no stop then. Okay, the Bible kind of went out the window. He came on very impressionable too. I'm turning my life around. First day he came out in a suit. For about a week he was dressed like a professional, and then he started dressing down, but he was still always well dressed. The tennis shoes were stacked up against the wall and stuff. Well, you're just coming home from prison. You don't have nothing. So you got people out here trying to help you get on your feet. And you mean to tell me you are so ungrateful that you will kick these people in the butt? Thank God. I saw the light. I saw the light before he saw the light and left and was gone while he trying to kick me off the page, and I'm already been gone. I had called up Tea Time with Chrissy when he got after her and caught her stank up under her clothes and all of that. And I called her up and I said, I'm done. It's over. I ain't going back on there. And I didn't. That day when I talked to Tea Time, I said, I cannot stand a disrespectful man. This man is too damn disrespectful. And he was, and he is. He's disrespectful to her. She just don't have sense enough to see it. Ain't no man gonna fight with me and black my eye, but that's the kind of person she is, because now we all know she had been hit in the head and we saw the bleeding head and everything else. So she'll accept that, or she'll do things to provoke people, because that when they had to fight, that she provoked that fight, talking noise and bringing it onto the internet. Gator was scared as a little boy laying up there, because all he could think is, if you call the police, I'm going back to jail. And he even said it, I ain't going back to jail, okay? Well, she told us in the beginning that she had a home. Think back, Jam Jam. That home that she parked down the street, she never drove up on the driveway. She never took us in that home. She said my home was back there. But even the home she showed us was a cookie cutter, an older cookie cutter home. When I say cookie cutter, I mean everybody in the neighborhood, every third or fourth home is just like your home. Maybe the garage is flipped, or maybe your kitchen is flipped, or whatever. But they use the same five house plans and built every home in their community. It's not a custom home community. Okay, but she's young. We all start off somewhere. It doesn't matter. So I overlooked it, even though I often thought, why are you showing us a house and not taking us to the house? At least pull up on the driveway. You 2 blocks down the street wanting us to figure out which home you say is yours. Nah, I wasn't following it. Then she wants to have this fight about his supporters and people not supporting her. The videos are out there. Well, they may not be now because remember, he scrubbed his whole page. Everything is gone. He thinks. But anyway, that's how she came out here. She came out very loud, obnoxiously loud. She actually almost, I want to say, moved into the brother's house on the little red looking air mattress. And I thought, you mean to tell me this is the best you can do? The way you want your character portrayed out here on YouTube, and you're going to lay on an air mattress with a man from prison who doesn't have anything. And you claim your life is just grand. You got the home. You showed us the BMW to find out that none of it was hers. Okay. Then you took us to an apartment. You took us inside. When he kicked you out, you went to somewhere and got a room. Because when you walked in that door, we saw a bed. That's a one room. You rented for that night. Because anybody who lives in an apartment, you're not going into the bedroom first. They don't build apartments like that. They give you some type of living area, family room, or whatever, depending on how upscale the apartment is. It could look just like a house, okay? But we knew this was a rented room because she opened the door and she walked right in, and there's the bed, and she got in the bed, okay? So now we're going to go on a little bit further. Let's get to the fight with Brandy. Brandy was the sweetest person I've ever met. I never came into his chat, and those of you who know me from being over there, you know I would come in and speak to him and everybody, and back to the bush I go. Very seldom making a comment over there. Nope. Because I'm still trying to figure out, are you being for real with us, or are you just coming out here lying to us? Okay? People are still trying to help you, support your channel, and help you get on your feet. But we also listening to Teresa and what she's saying also. And that's how I'm making my discernment about you. I'm listening to her. I'm listening to you. What she said actually ended up being the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, because she caught you. She caught you. When she kicked you out, she caught you. So when Lae Lie comes and says, Teresa's calling and Teresa's, I knew it was a lie, because she had the opportunity to bring him back if she wanted to. He was calling her at the time. The videos were out there where she played them. where he was wanting her to come pick him up. She did not do it. She went on about her business. So I knew when Lae Lie came out here and was saying all this stuff, you're not showing us a telephone bill where we see her number coming in. You're not proving anything. You're giving lip service. Okay? And at this point, I don't believe nothing you're saying. Because when you say she's calling you, this woman is on her live. A lot of times, that's what she wasn't realizing. When you say she did this, we're looking at her somewhere else. So how can she be doing all this stuff? Guess who just called me? Guess who said this? This woman, if you look at the videos at the same time stamp, she's talking to her audience. That's what she didn't realize. Because when you lie, it's hard to keep a lie together. It's hard to do a scam if you are not a person that's a great thinker and you can remember. She just came out with it. And I was like, no, I ain't supporting you. I ain't never going over there to support you. I went over there one time and she was hollering and ranting and raving. And I told her in a chat, Lae Lie, that's unprofessional. I mean, this is YouTube, but you do have a real job. Basically, mother, you need calling me mother, okay? You need to go on, get off the page. Her mother and her father were on her page. And I knew if she did not listen to her father when he talked to her on her page, you ain't gonna listen to nobody. Girl, you too far gone. Okay? And she is and was, okay? So to me, she portrays a lot of narcissistic behavior. She has to run the show. She has to be in control. And she has set herself up on this same pedestal. Roz on this side of Jesus, Lae Lie on this side of Jesus, okay? But the difference are they're the same. That's why they follow each other. But if you notice that couple, whenever somebody come for them, like when Roz kicked them out of her chat, they told a story. And if you listen to Gator, Gator is going to eventually tell you the truth. She is Teresa's cousin. Where did that come from? Gator. Yeah. When they had the fight, Gator told the truth, the story of how it happened, what she did, and everything else. They come together on business terms because that was supposed to be the way it was supposed to be from the beginning. Remember, they were business partners. Business led into a relationship, and it's still one-sided so far as I'm looking, sitting on the outside walking in. He's not working. He says YouTube, social media is his job, but you working like a Hebrew slave. And I can't see nothing that you've gotten from it but ordering a bunch of cheap clothes. That's it. That's all. Then you come out here and you tell your story that you are a nurse. You can't take care of me or none of my people. Then it comes up about some pills being missing. And then you're sitting outside eating McDonald's every day, Miss Bougie, Miss Bad and Bougie. And you're doing your live in the old car eating McDonald's. You're never bringing food to work, which told me you don't cook. You never went and sit down at a nice restaurant or ordered food from a nice restaurant and brought it back. Now we see the results of that McDonald's every day. A lot of weight gain. That greasy commercial food that you ate, we see it now. And then you came out and you told us the story of you going to the Dominican Republic and all of what they did to your body. When I'm reading and seeing on social media people dying over there from going over there with the doctors that are not as educated, they don't do as much Western medicine, and it's a poor country. I've been there. And I told y'all I had the blood clot. It started in Dominican Republic. And those people told me to get up out of there. First thing shaking when I got back to the ship. The doctor on the ship looked at it and he said it was possibly. We got off the ship, caught a plane, and got up out of there and flew back into Baltimore as fast as we could. Then that morning, went into the doctor, and that's what they diagnosed it. And it was moving fast. It started out hurting down by my ankle. And by the time we made maybe, I want to say 24 hours later, that thing was up in the calf of my leg. Now, what if I had stayed over there? And I probably wouldn't be here talking to you this morning. Okay? But you took a chance on letting these people do all of this stuff to your body. And now we see the results of what they did. Not good. Not good at all. And I have never, ever heard of anybody stitching a coochie unless they had a baby natural like me. Okay? Just normal wear and tear. No. And your kids were big kids when you got this done. And we can even go there. Parenting. Why does your baby daddy, I can't say husband because I don't think she's ever been married, have your son? Why would you let Gator talk to your son like he did? Ain't no man coming before my children. Remember the restaurant in Florida, and your son stepped on his tennis shoes. So you mean to tell me some tennis shoes are more important than your son's feelings? No, ma'am. No man came before my daughter or any child raised up in my house. They're children. I'm their protector as their mother. And if you got to talk to my children like that, you can hit the door, because somebody else can come up in here with better behavior, okay? And with the same thing you got. So that's something I didn't play about. No. No. That's not going to happen. But it showed me your mentality and how you felt more about him than you did your own child. Then we found out about evictions. Then we found out about the nursing license and why you couldn't get the license in Florida, and you ended up in Atlanta, and then you end up in what looks like a nursing home facility. So if you want to brag about being a nurse, why aren't you not working in a doctor's office, since you want to come out here and say, I'm a nurse? Why are you not working in a hospital setting? They make more money. Why aren't you the traveling nurse that you said you were? See, Lae Lie, that's why we call you Lae Lie, because you've lied to us so much. Where's the trucking company that you were supposed to get started when your cousin came into the picture with the trucking company? You were going back to school not too long ago. Why are you not enrolled? Huh? You've told us a lot, and we've seen nothing. Okay? We haven't seen anything you told us that you had. And just like I saw through you day one, other people saw through you too. I would sit here and suspect that Coco's grandmama saw through you that day that y'all visited her, and Coco is on one sofa and you across from him on the other sofa. Y'all are not even sitting together. And the mama is sitting in the wheelchair over by the window. She totally ignored you and Coco. There's a reason. And y'all put that out there for us to see it. Everything I'm saying, you put it out there. And then you want us to just believe what you're saying. No, I believe what I see. And a lot of people out here, especially in my chat, are smart enough to see the same thing. Don't come out here and portray yourself as one thing and let us see another. Because you're going to get the name that you got, and you're going to carry that name out here on YouTube forever. Lae Lie. Lie, lie. AKA, that's who you are. You did it. You said it. We listened. We looked. We know. Okay? Then we later find out about the root doctors. Girl, I'm from Louisiana. I know about Southern Louisiana and all them spirits and demons and false doctrines and roots and all that stuff. My parents told me don't ever believe in Jesus. They took me to church. I ain't finna go down there. And anybody who's doing that, like I say, I love New Orleans, Party City. But when it comes down to the hoodoo, voodoo, and all that, that's out the window, okay? That's old, ancient African customs, okay? That came over during slavery. There ain't nobody worked for them back then. But it ain't working now. Because if it was working for you, you wouldn't be where you are. Then you want to come out and tell us you're an ordained pastor. And you cussing like a sailor? I ain't following you. You out here lying? I ain't following you. Then you want to come out. Thank you, Holistic. I appreciate you. Nothing but facts, Ms.V. It's reaping season for all the people who lied to their supporters, sowed a bad seed. You reap a bad seed. Exactly. You reap what you sow. So I guess it's harvest time, Holistic. Some people are not giving up a good harvest. Because you will always have followers. Because people just don't care. They just like who they like. But it's not going to take you to where you want to go. I'm going to put it that way. If you're trying to get to a different level or a different social status in life, you need to be honest with the people and with yourself. Because the minute they find out the first lie, they're going to be listening for the next lie. And that's what has happened out here on these YouTube streets. Not coming out here being who you say you are, and not coming out here giving a positive message of who you are. You didn't have to show us any of that. We didn't have to know any of that. You could have sat somewhere with a background and just told the truth. Or got you another topic. Don't even have it about you. Talk about anything else. Content is content. People will like it or they won't like it. You talked about older people. We're wiser than you'll ever be because we live longer. We have more experiences than you. We've been through more things than you. So don't come out here trying to tell no old person something and you haven't lived through it and you don't know what you're talking about, because we'll decipher fast. That girl out, she ain't right. I don't care where she came from. I don't care who her folks said. Listen to her. Now, y'all know that ain't true. That's old folks. Okay? Yeah. So I just, like I said, I've never been a follower of people, and it's probably because of my life and my lifestyle I've lived. Being the only girl, you make your decisions. Being way behind the boys, they grown and gone. So I had to make my own choices in life. I ain't always make good ones. Sometimes I told y'all I hit a brick wall because I thought it was the right choice. Or my mom told me or my dad told me, and I had to see for myself. I started believing. Never got in no trouble, never went to jail, none of that drunk and driving, none of that stuff. But I made some bad choices in life that I always come out here and tell y'all. If if I had made all the right choices, why did I have three husbands? Huh? Because I made a bad choice or the wrong choice for that time. Okay? You ever came out here hollering back when Miss India was over here? Y'all used to get into it all the time. Miss India used to talk to you. And I can remember videos where you came out here on platforms hollering and screaming and talking over folks and, trying to prove your point and trying to make the other person look like they were lying. And girl, back down memory lane. A pastor cussing, an ordained pastor calling people bees and all of that. And the scam that you tried to pull out here just a few months ago that you had been playing on ever since you've been out here, trees. That was a money grab for you and Gator. And you know it. And we all know it, okay? She had what you wanted to have. So you were over there trying to tear her down. And that's the same thing with Roz. It ain't no different. If Roz had the money that Treese had, the house, the land, the car, could take the vacations, Treese wouldn't be so bad. But because she doesn't, she doing the same thing. Lae Lie and Roz, they doing the same thing. Okay? Jealousy, envy. Okay? I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me move on. Now, we've come up to the point where Tree shut you down. And you know she did. Because you don't pay bills. And you didn't even pay your cheap attorney legal shield. You sending that stuff around to people like somebody scared of legal shield. Girl, you might as well have a court-appointed attorney. Okay? Same thing. $40. You didn't pay the lawyer before you went to court. And you trying to bamboozle us like you finna win this case. I just sit back and look. Said to myself, what a waste of time. I'm over there looking at Roz. Oh, what time is she gonna come out? Nay, will we be able to look at it? Well, I guess you're sorry you looked at it now. And you're gonna be sorry the same way, Roz. If you ever have to go to court, it's gonna be the same thing. Because your videos kill you. Your lives kill you. It's no way. Remember, I told you that. Okay? So then you're a felon, we find out. You said it. I want to say 7 times. Did you say that or did you not say that you were a felon? We didn't know that. You brought that to YouTube. So you done build the body now. So you the baddest thing walking. Ain't no natural body. It's a builder body. Yeah. Yeah, my internet cutting up again. Okay, got it back. So I'm not impressed with that. You didn't go to the gym. You didn't like going to the gym. Gator used to try to take you to the gym. You would rather spend whatever money you scraped up to go over there and build the body, to look at it. What, a year, 2 years, 3 years later? I don't know when you did it. I'm going to give you 3 years because you had built the body before you came out here. I'm not impressed with that. I'm impressed with a woman who goes into that gym, or a woman who walks or does some kind of exercise to try to keep her body looking good. You actually look better before you built the body. You should have went to the gym and worked on what God gave you. You've been better off. Your hands ain't squeaky clean in nothing. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. And you and Coco, y'all belong together. Okay? He accepted you as the business partner, and then the relationship to now where you are today, the ring on the finger. But if I were you, I'd probably go back down there real quick. And whatever dress you was out here bragging about, no, I want this and I want that kind of dress. I don't forget what kind of dress you said you wanted. I would probably go back and get it resized, because you've gained a lot of weight since you started this stuff about this wedding. And we see it. At first, I thought, well, maybe she's pregnant. You would have really been showing by now. So it ain't it, it's fat. So you also said you want to go back over there. That shows me you in the nursing profession and you don't know any better than to go to almost a third world place and have this kind of work done on you. And you know for a fact that people have died out there, and it's on YouTube, it's been on the news and the papers, everything. Something's wrong. Where are the coffee cups? The refund for the coffee cups. You and Gator both did them coffee cups. And you remember this, that, and the third was over there too. She never got a coffee cup. It pissed her off. And shocked about it. All right. I don't know if he was afraid to fool with me or what, but I can say this much. If I got a coffee cup, he sent it. And you addressed it, Lae Lie. And it came from y'all. And this was after he had asked me to leave his platform. I noticed everything. Everything. I don't miss a trick. My eyes are open when you think I'm asleep. My mind is working. Okay? I can't get with the profanity of an ordained minister, a professional nurse. I cannot get with it. I can't get with the filters to make you beautiful. I can't get with it. Come out here like Ms.V. Natural. Just like I told Ross. And I'm pushing 70 and I can come out here natural with no problems. Why can't you? If you're beautiful. The jealousy of Treese, and to go as far as y'all have gone with all this stuff y'all saying and doing, you ought to be ashamed. And okay, it's gone off again, y'all. I can't worry about this Wi-Fi. All I can do is say I'm moving soon. It's unreal. It's very unreal. The pain and suffering that you put yourself through trying to tear down this woman ain't gonna be worth it in the end. So if I was Roz, I would look at what Lae Lie did, which is basically the same thing, and just hope that you never have to go, because you won't be able to afford the attorney that you're gonna need. And I've always told you your daughter couldn't help you. You finally came out and admitted it. And them people in that chat ain't gonna have enough money for the type of lawyer you gonna need, because they work by the hour and they're gonna be charging you $300 to $500 an hour for what you trying to do out here. Y'all need to think about that. Let me see if I can even get into my chat, because this is acting a fool again. It's not doing it again, y'all. It let me in the first time, but it's not pulling up. So I just go on with my commentary. Sorry, y'all. Um, you have never shown us a clean house since you've been out here. You've never shown us that you are a homemaker since you've been out here. You've shown us a lot of filth. And we see how Gator looks now compared to the way he looked when he first came out here. He's just let himself go. Big, fat, out of shape, dirty, nasty. We never saw that over at the brother's house. Bed made every morning. He did most of his lives after the first week from that bedroom, his nephew's bedroom. But it was always neat and stuff was in order. Not no more. He picked up your habits, which are not good. Mm-mm. No, no, no. Yeah, I'm pushing it up and I'm trying to retap and I'm trying to refresh. But I tell you, this Wi-Fi is off the chain. And you still got to pay for it. Everything about you is fake. Hair, brows, lashes. The makeup is even wrong now. You looked casket ready the other day. Just like that makeup that they put the wrong color on you when no blood is circulating through you to have any rosiness in your skin. You looked graveyard dead. But you're beautiful. You're bad bougie. The for queen that you are. You need to get it together out here. And you need to take your channel in a different direction. Stop misleading those people because anybody will follow you. There's always going to be followers out here of every content creator out here. But I always say, if I'm wrong, my chat will correct me. Because I ain't right all the time. And I ain't perfect. Only one man stood on this earth for 33 and a half years that was perfect. And it ain't me. You caused a lot of problems out here on these YouTube streets unnecessarily. But you hid behind him and other people. You never know nothing. Never. But you orchestrated the whole thing. You never do nothing. That's how we know you're a liar right there, because everybody does something wrong sometimes. None of us are perfect. So you give your own game away because your game is weak. It's very weak. For a person 40, pushing 40, I don't know if you made it now or not because I don't watch you. But I know your story. Before you had a channel, you caused all the confusion since you've been out here with him and with other people. Nobody came for you. You told your lies and reaction channels came back and said, you ain't right. You wrong for that. Because you got a 400 credit score. You remember that went up? And that's why you don't have nothing. You don't pay your bills. We've seen you out in a yard trying to do videos or lives, talk about roots. And you doing the video standing up by the old Toyota. No. You should have thought about that. If you wanted to do something outside, why didn't you find a pretty background? It's almost like y'all were living outside. We didn't see a house for a while. And we know you don't pay bills. We learned that from the first place. That was a supporter. Understand, word on the street is that, she was terribly upset with y'all, tearing up her place. Y'all knocked holes in that place. Y'all fought and y'all did exactly what you said we're going to do when that lie was over. And you came back out here with hair all over your head, looking a hot mess, sitting at a table eating like a big old pig, and trying to pull hair down over your eye that we could see. It was black. We saw scratches all over Gator, and we saw you put up a what do you call it, a divider behind where the hole was in the wall. We saw other holes on the other side that you didn't have a divider. We saw a home that really the supporters furnished everything in there except for the rental center stuff. We saw you put up what you wanted in there, and they gave it to you. You never got one from me. Mm-mm. Nope. And I had the address, I had the P.O. box, everything. Mm-mm. No, because you're not showing me nothing. He's not showing me nothing at this point. And he's gotten arrogant. He's gotten cocky. He's come up with a hit list just before Christmas. That must have been of 21, I guess. And Allergic was on that list. I put things together, but all of a sudden now, Coco and Lae Lie, y'all are, and Raj, y'all are always welcome in my home. That's Allergic. But y'all wasn't always there. Because why would she be on the hit list? And then you waited on people to come into your channel so you could call them out and block them. That was the dumbest thing you could have ever done. You see it now, though, don't you? Because you got a lot of people over there, but they ain't giving you no money. Because you wouldn't have come out here mad at them a couple of months ago, telling them that y'all ain't paying him no more. You lost that support. You did it to yourself with the things that you did to people. You can't expect for nobody to take care of you. You ain't taking care of yourself, and you ain't doing nothing for yourself. Buddy. You got life all wrong. You'll figure it out, hopefully, both of y'all. You want to come out here and say people are beneath you and then try to justify why you said that. Who's beneath you? There may be some people over there following you that are beneath you and think you are the goddess. You're not. Not too many people out here are beneath you. Most people out here can live wherever. Whether it's an apartment, whether it's a condo, townhouse, home, mansion, whatever. And not be evicted. Because they live within their lifestyle, within their means. You don't. Your priorities are messed up. When you go get 3 dogs and you don't have no place to lay your head and you don't have a decent car to drive, your priorities are messed up. Y'all missed off a lot of money trying to impress. All them trips to Florida and all the vacations. They stopped. That cost a lot of money. To go down there and tell us what y'all were going to be doing, but we ain't seen it yet. Everything's out in the open. No more lies, Lae Lie. Keep it real, okay? You went at Treese for her money. That's it, and that's all, both of you. You thought you were going to sue her and get you some money because you said in that hospital setting that you sued somebody every year. You got a track record out there. Fast money ain't good money. It's like drug money. It only lasts a little while. You got to get up off of it. Drug people normally get caught because they always go buy the big, nice ride and ain't got nowhere to put it and ain't got no job to show for it. That's when they looking. They got the eyes on you. You ain't clocking in nowhere, but you coming up with this kind of money. I'm sure a lot of money has run through Gator's hands in his lifetime. None of it legal, because he can't show no job. Mm-mm. You just as bad. You go to work for them nickel and dimes down there at that nursing home. Now you're selling knockoffs on the internet, which you know is illegal. Girl, they shut down a whole street here in Houston called Harwin, Harwin, for selling knockoffs. And they were in a store. But what they were doing was the more authentic looking ones and the more expensive looking ones, they were selling behind the wall in another room. That's probably been about 12 years ago now. They shut them down, took them out of there in handcuffs. So you taking a chance with that. There's rumors of PPP loans out here. I don't know and I don't care. That's your business and your money. You better be careful of. Gator comes out just what? Yesterday, day before yesterday, talking about CPNs don't even know what a CPN is. Do it, Gator. And you're going to be back. Clink, clink, head down. Orange jumpsuit. Number. You're going to be known as a number again. Okay, you finally got a name back. But then you want to go back to wearing a number. You want to do that. Because that's what you're doing. You deviling off in stuff that's going to put you right back on that number. Okay? Mm-hmm. Mad because Coco's followers are not supporting you. It's a doggone shame. You can't make nobody follow you. That's what you got mad about. They over there following you and they disrespected me. No, they didn't disrespect you. They didn't want to be bothered with you. We saw through who you were. Okay? I ain't finna give you nothing. You out here bragging about what you got. You don't need mine. Sit down somewhere. So y'all, I have come up on my hour. And again, my internet has crashed on me. I can't see nothing but up at the top. Thank you, Holistic, for the $9.99, and anybody else who may have given. Thank you. I can't reach your comments again. Let me try one more time. I'm tapping the replay. Nope. It pushed up the first time and refreshed itself, but it's not this time. So it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all coming in this morning. Hit the like button, subscribing, and sharing. I hope you have enjoyed the commentary this morning, and that you can go back and follow what I said. And we'll come back tonight and we'll talk about it a little bit more once I can get back in there and see your comments. And I'll talk about what you're talking about tonight. Unfortunately, this morning, I can't see them anymore. So y'all have a great day until tonight. Today is Wednesday, 7:30. I'll see you then. Much love to you until then. Have a wonderful day in spite of. Bye-bye.